project concerns building a mosque for Ground Zero. This is an interview we did with an imam in a Muslim mosque.
You can freely express your religion in the urban lifestyle of the U.S.
I feel that, and it's practical also because, you see, Islam becomes now one of the religions of America. So in urban, you're asking about the urban, is that right?
Yeah.
In urban, there are lots of Muslims living in the urban area, living in the. So I feel free to express my religion without any intimidation, without any fear, without anything.
Right. What is your opinion on the attacks and on the image it presents of Muslims?
It was very bad. Those who did it, they really created a bad image for Muslims in the United States. And the image that they created, and the negative image that they created for the Muslims, it will take a long time to repair it. And it is very, very unfortunate things that happen to our countries in America here. Generally speaking, okay, and many people think that the Muslims are bad because of what is happening in overseas, you see. So because of the bombing that's taking place in many places, and many people have a bad idea about Muslims, and that makes it difficult for moderate Muslims, for Muslims who are really trying to promote unity, to tell the world that the Muslims are not bad people, but what is happening, what is taking place in the world, and what is taking place here, and makes it difficult for the Muslims to convince and the people. But those who have any connection with the Muslims, they know the Muslims that not all Muslims are, but you have a very, very few among the Muslims who are radical.
We saw that only in the U.S. only 6% of the terrorist attacks were actually Muslim, and we feel that people have been focusing more on that 6% because of the 9/11 attacks. So do you think that's true?
But you can't say that the people will focus on only these 6 people. They say these are the bad people. They tell you that these people belong to a group of people which are called, or which is called Al-Qaeda.
A lot of people believe that all terrorists are Muslim, even though that's not the case at all. Only 6% of terrorist attacks made on the U.S. are executed by Muslim organizations. And because of 9/11, Muslim attacks are more publicized and looked down upon.
So being a Muslim, how do you feel about being in like the stereotypical group of a terrorist, as people call it?
And that's what we are fighting for, and to let the people to know that, and not all Muslims actually. So to depict Muslims as the terrorists or Americans here, it really hurts us. We are trying very hard to make people to understand that we don't support it, we condemn it. We want to build this mosque in a place to show to the world, and especially Americans, and that Muslims are not and the bad people. So they will invite people who live in that area, who work in that area, to come to that mosque so that they will educate them about Islam, to tell them about Islam. That is, I think, the reason behind building the mosque in that place.
However, not everyone is in favor. Many people are against building the mosque by Ground Zero because they find it a religious gesture and it reminds them of the 9/11 attacks. Also, people who oppose the mosque are mainly either 9/11 survivors or people who knew victims of 9/11.
I live in New York City, and in June, the whole Ground Zero controversy, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it a controversy, in June, there was a big protest. A lot of people there were either ex-firefighters or people that lost loved ones on 9/11 protesting. I wasn't there for the protest, but I was hanging out with a friend of mine who lives nearby. And so we saw the protesters, and we saw 10 people take a break from the protest. And they're taking a break, and one of them was holding a sign saying, "Muslims don't belong in this neighborhood." Another guy was holding a sign saying, "Having a mosque here is like a punch to the stomach." Yeah. And what was funny to me was they were waiting in line at a halal food cart.
Sometimes there's not a definite side to the argument. Although some people agree with what the Muslims want and their desire to build a mosque, they believe that out of pity for the 9/11 attacks and the people who died, they don't think that it's right to build a mosque because it mocks the people who died in 9/11 or because the law is on the government side. We believe that building a Muslim mosque by ground zero is appropriate because we think that Muslims should have the right to freely express their religions along with all the other U.S. citizens.
And since Muslims make up a significant amount of the population, we think they have the right to express their religion in ways that they want to. And if they want to build a mosque by ground zero, then that's what they should do.
Also, people shouldn't assume things about certain races or religious groups just because a couple members of those races or religious groups did something bad. For example, the group Al-Qaeda and then the 9/11 terrorist attacks that they caused.
And one of the main reasons a mosque wants to be built by ground zero is because Muslim people want to educate non-Muslim people about their country and about Islam, and they want to rid their bad image that they created on 9/11.
All in all, many people are not in favor of building a mosque at ground zero because they believe that the law is not on the Muslim side, even though they think Muslims have the right to express their opinions.